Hello everyone, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Alexa Minton. Thanks so much for joining me today. Jim's visiting our friends at WYMT out in Hazard, so y'all got me for the mid-morning and you're going to get me for your midday shows. And of course for our most important Facebook Live. I think I need to stand on my tiptoes. I didn't adjust the desk all the way for my height. Jim's a little taller than I am. But we certainly have a lot to talk about weather-wise. I've seen some people already mentioning that Somerset and London in the comments. As always, guys, if you got a question, go ahead and feel free to ask them in the comment section so that way we can make sure that we're keeping everyone up to date on all of the latest stuff. But let's dive right into our right now. What we're seeing is definitely those current conditions are very rainy across the board. Temperatures, they're nice and warm. In fact, what we're seeing is we've got mid-50s for our temperatures. And that's kind of relatively calm for our skies. Just got those showers rolling constantly across our region. It's all part of a much larger system. You can see it's kind of affecting areas south of Indianapolis right now, giving some strong storms to Paducah. We're heading into our break period for those lunchtime hours. And then we'll start to pick back up once we look a little bit later in our day. Our friends over in parts of southern Missouri, kind of near where that flood watch was, they had severe thunderstorm warnings. They had a tornado warning parts this morning from the same system. So like I said, we're starting to head into our break for lunchtime. Somerset, London, y'all are clear. So is Lexington, a few lingering showers. Covington still has a few bits of rain sticking around. Now Prestonsburg, Pikeville still have some heavy rain for our area. Eventually, though, we're going to see this other band you see approaching parts of the Indiana-Kentucky border. That's going to catch up to us, giving some more rounds of rain later in our day. You can see those rain chances. They taper off for a moment. They pop back up just ahead of that 3 o'clock hour, sticking around all the way until we exchange into the overnight. You're going to see a few drops across the board. Main thing for our weather headlines, we got this rainy start to our week with temperatures above average. It is not supposed to be 50s this time of year, but we are in the 50s for our forecast. Definitely a toasty start to our day. And then once we look towards the end of the week, we've got some wintry weather. We're going to drop out of the 50s. We're switching up our weather forecast, and then we're talking more about some cooler temperatures than we are talking about rain. You can see that line of storms catches up to us. Let's look at your 4 o'clock hour. Not so bad of an evening commute for Hazard, parts of London, parts of Williamsburg. Definitely a little rainy for our friends in Lexington, Cynthiana, Frankfort area. Rain persists towards the evening. You can see it sticks around in eastern Kentucky. Eventually, though, I promised y'all we would taper off. Still a few showers sticking around for Pikeville and Harlan in early Tuesday morning hours, but a lot of us are just dealing with the chill. Look at that, 30 degrees. We're not going to stay in the 30s all day for our Tuesday. In fact, we're warming back up another day in the 50s for the front half of our forecast. You'll see some temperatures feeling nice and toasty for our Tuesday day. Overall, in the next week, we are going to pick up a good amount of rain. I mean, Somerset, y'all could pick up upwards of 2 inches of rain here in the next 7 days. Lexington, a little over 2 inches as well. Areas like Moorhead and Ashland closer towards 2¼ even 2½ inches of rain here in the next coming days. But it's going to be after all of that, after that whole mess, that's when we look towards the second half of the week and we see some flurries flying in. Now there could be a few flying flakes later Friday. You can see it's kind of sticking north of us. Few models are having that cloud cover that's pushing down, cause us some problems for our forecast. We could see some flying flakes. What we definitely will see though is some snowy skies and colder temperatures. Overall, guys, definitely it's going to be a different start to our week than the end of the week. We are warm, 50s, rainy for the start of the week. We are set to end our week cold in the 30s, few temperatures in the teens in the overnight. So be ready, stick with us all week long for WKYT because we're going to track that weather whiplash we've got. But thanks so much for joining me today. You guys will have Jim back tomorrow, but for now, have a great rest of your Monday.